Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So I'm Warren C. I do street photography videos mostly on this channel and talk about everything and anything around street photography, from gear, techniques, and so forth. And one of the things that we need to do when it comes to doing photography in general actually is dealing with limitations, right? And those limitations, in my opinion, help us become stronger photographers in the craft, specifically too when you're dealing with limitations for a specific style of photography. And for street photography, that could be the weather. So I was out and about doing some errands and decided to take my camera with me, caught up with my buddy Barry, and decided to do some street photography. I took the Q3 43 with me, and I've been getting on nicely with this camera. I really like what I've been able to do with it. I really like the perspective of the 43 millimeter lens, and I've finally started to play around with the profile. So I decided to shoot black and white. It was a very overcast, cloudy day, and I'm gonna show you guys the imagery I took with this camera, and then we'll get more back into discussion about why, looking at the weather and seeing what you could do, especially if you're not comfortable with cold or wet weather, what you could miss out on as far as imagery. So I'm gonna go ahead and roll those images now. Now that you've seen the images, and I will apologize guys, I just ran out with this camera in the bag and didn't even think about B-roll because it started raining, and that kind of took my whole perspective away. I am glad I had this camera with me because it is rated to a certain number to be able to take water precipitation, if you will, and it didn't skip a beat with the rain hitting the LCD screen on the back. Actually, it's a little dirty. I need to wipe it off from the watermarks, the camera itself. But I'm glad I did have this camera. But what I wanted to kind of point out was what I was able to get image-wise. Now, I used the high contrast profile on here for black and white because, again, it was overcast and I wanted to really utilize black and white for the overcast days. And I did some tweaks in Capture One on the highlights and the shadows, because in some cases I wanted to bring more detail out in the shadows, in some cases bring more detail back in out of the highlights, but lower in the highlights. But all in all, really happy with the profile, and really happy with what I was able to capture, especially images that I don't normally get when I'm out doing street photography, because normally it's sunny, it's bright, in some cases it's harsh bright sun, but folks aren't really using umbrellas and things like that. Folks aren't trying to get out of the sun, right? They may try to escape the heat a little, but they're generally always trying to escape the rain. I got some good reflection shots. I got some good shots of folks, again, with their umbrellas, some folks moving and showing movement. I think one good shot where I can actually see the rain. I didn't really kind of set or shoot the camera to kind of pick up the rain motion as much as I thought I would want it to. So that's something I'll have to consider. But if I didn't go out in that weather, if I didn't take the camera with me, I wouldn't have been able to capture images of folks out and about doing their thing in the rain. So there you go. That's pretty much it. If you don't look to explore your photography with those things that limit you, not necessarily from the camera itself, but limit you from you causing the limit. Like, I don't like going out in cold weather. I don't like going out in hot weather. I don't like going out if it's, nighttime, so you don't do night photography and things like that. Try to see if you can get to yourself to a point where you can do a little bit of research, find an area you can explore that limitation, and see what images you can get. So let me know in the comments if you do stuff like that. Let me know what you think about the Leica Q's high contrast profile and the images I took. And most importantly, tell me again in the comments what you feel about, going out and trying to overcome your limitations that you've put on yourself, not the camera putting it on you when it comes to your photography. And I will see you guys on the next video.